We're in Fresno, California. We just finished installing a toilet in the master bath, and to get started what we did is we pulled off the old toilet, looked down here, and we have a repair flange on there already, so it's not our flange, and then it's up high, so it's not seated against the existing flange. There's a big gap in between, about a ½ inch, so put a wax ring down there and squished it down onto the old ABS flange, and then put another one up on top where the repair flange is set, and then gave some new bolts on that repair flange. So that is not our installation down below. We can only mount a toilet as successfully as the mounting at the floor flange. We can't work miracles with installations that are incorrect or have been repaired, worked on previously. This one came out pretty good. There's a little bit of a movement, a little bit of shimming in the front, but this one came out fairly well. We got it cocked back in. Existing supply line is tied back in. We don't have a ½ inch IPS by 7/8 ball cock. We carry the 3/8 by 7/8. We usually like to replace those just as a point of courtesy to the homeowner while we're here, but we don't have the correct, well, that's an old style, the ½ inch IPS by 7/8. So anyways, this toilet is flushing correctly, filling correctly, shutting off correctly. And then we got one more toilet in the other bathroom. This guy. So this one right here, this one was just a big pain in the butt. And it's set, we got it back in. First time we set it, the existing bolt popped out of the steel ring that's down there. The steel ring is corroded, it's not screwed to the floor. The flooring is rotted through. And you know, we got a few screws into the flange to help mount it to the subfloor, but it's not correct. And so that's where the installation begins, is at the closet flange. And we let them know we can repair this. It's a $400 or $500 job, and they opted out and said to set it as best we can. So we did. And not thrilled with it. I like to see toilet flanges that are solid ABS poured in concrete with the bolts in it. And then when you set it, there's no movement. I mean, that thing ain't going nowhere. And this is a spongy OSB floor that's 40 years old. And vinyl, and you can see the big gaps here with shims in there. So this toilet does move more than I like, but it is as much as you're going to get it tightened down with the existing floor flange. So if you have trouble with it at all, keep in mind the installation is done to the existing flange. That's as good as it gets. We can take this back out, and like I say, $400 or $500 later, we get your flange reinstalled and then set the toilet back. So that's all we can do, and we spent a couple hours on this thing, which is way too much time for a toilet installation, and we're not going to charge you for that, your existing customers. So anyways, last time we were here, we put a toilet supply line on there. It's a 3/8 by 7/8 by 20 inch brass craft. That's straight out of Home Depot, and so that's good. So the toilet is flushing correctly, filling correctly, and shutting off correctly. Outside of that, this installation is done.